There are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart, when silence is loud and tears become your only prayer. You gave it everything. You believed with all your heart, and yet things still shattered. You've been broken. You've been left behind. You've been abandoned by the ones who said they'd stay. You've lost what felt irreplaceable. And now, you're here, empty, confused, drained. But listen to me. Lean in. Right in the middle of your pain, there is something greater than what you lost. There is a power rising in you, and I came to speak to that part of you that still believes, even if it's buried under rubble and hurt. That tiny voice, yes, that whisper in your soul that says, I will recover all. You may not know how, you may not know when, but deep down, you know it. It's not just hope. It's not just a wish. It's a fire, a truth that will not lie dormant. It's the seed of destiny, planted in the soil of your suffering, waiting for the right moment to burst forth with power. Pause. Instrumental swells slightly. You've been through hell, but I want to tell you today that your pain is not wasted. Your struggle is not the end of your story. No matter what it looks like right now, your story is not over. Because God is not finished with you. You may be down, but you're not done. Yes, life may have knocked the breath out of you, but I'm here to declare your comeback will be greater than your setback. You're going to rise again. You're going to stand again. You're going to breathe again, because you were built for this. You see, some of the strongest warriors don't wear armor on the outside. They carry scars on their soul. And those scars, they don't define your defeat. They testify of your survival. Music softens slightly, becomes more emotional. Maybe nobody sees the nights you cry yourself to sleep. Maybe nobody notices how hard you fight to just get through the day. But you know, and God knows. And I promise you, what you've been through is birthing something in you that cannot be stolen. You are not a victim. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. No matter what the enemy tried to do, he failed. Why? Because you're still here. And as long as you're still breathing, there is hope. Not ordinary hope, but a fire-forged kind. A mountain-moving, chain-breaking, future-restoring kind of hope. The kind of hope that whispers in the dark, I may be broken, but I will not stay down. I may be crushed, but I will not be destroyed. I may be weeping, but joy is coming in the morning. This is not where your story ends. This is where your fight begins. This is where the rising starts. This is where your faith steps in, because the word you believe, the promises you've held on to, they are not empty. Voice intensifies with conviction. I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. That's not just a verse. It's a lifeline. Though you fall, you shall rise. That's not a suggestion. That's a declaration. These are not just words. These are weapons. And you, my friend, are about to recover all. Not by force, not by might, but by faith. Because faith is what lifts you when everything else fails. Faith is what whispers, keep going, when your mind says, give up. Faith is what makes a way in the wilderness. It builds bridges over broken places. It calls things that are not as though they were. And right now, yes, right here, your faith is being revived. Even if you feel like your faith is small, God can work with that. Because He said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And today, your mountain is about to move. Music swells powerfully, creating a sense of breakthrough. There is restoration coming. There is healing on the way. There is beauty rising from the ashes. There is laughter returning to your lips. There is strength coming to your bones. And it begins with this unshakable truth. I will recover all. I know it. Deep down, I know it. Let that be your war cry. Let that be your anchor. Let that be your fire when everything else feels cold. You've got something the storm couldn't drown. You've got something the pain couldn't erase. You've got something time couldn't bury. You've got a knowing. And that knowing, it's your weapon. It's your prophecy. It's your miracle in motion. Don't give up. Because this is just the beginning. You may be broken now, but you're being built into something unbreakable. Let me tell you something no one might have told you before. Your mind is your battleground. Before the recovery happens on the outside, the war must be won on the inside. And it begins with a decision, not a feeling, not a mood, not even a sign, but a decision. The moment you say, I've been through hell, but I will not let it break me. I've lost much, but I will not lose myself. They walked away, but I still have purpose. That's the moment heaven begins to respond. Because when you make up your mind that you will recover, the universe shifts, the winds change, the storm loses its grip. You are no longer tossed around by your emotions, your past, or what others did to you. You become anchored in something greater, your divine destiny. And hear me, when your mind is made up, the enemy trembles. Why? Because he knows a person who has decided to rise can't be held down. He knows a person who has chosen to believe will always find a way. And when your thoughts align with your future instead of your past, that's when miracles begin to move toward you. Pause. Music softens for effect. Let me ask you something deep. What if the thing that hurt you the most was the very thing God will use to launch you into your greatest season? What if the pain wasn't your ending, but your becoming? Because listen, diamonds are only formed under pressure. Gold is refined in fire. Strength is born through struggle, and champions rise in the midst of chaos, not comfort. So, I'm asking you right now, right here, to make a decision. Choose to believe again, even if your heart's still aching, even if the scars are fresh, even if the losses feel unfair. Choose to rise. Choose to stand. Choose to believe that you're not stuck. You're staging your comeback. Say it with me. I will not stay in this place. I will not let this moment define me. I will not let the enemy have the final word. Because your recovery is not passive. It's aggressive. It's determined. It's rooted in truth. And the truth is, you are stronger than you feel. You are wiser than your mistakes. You are greater than your struggle. And your future is bigger than your past. The enemy wants you to stay stuck in the shame. He wants you to replay the betrayal. He wants you to dwell in the darkness of what you've lost. But God is saying, lift up your eyes. I'm doing a new thing. Can't you see it? You don't have to stay broken. You don't have to stay bitter. You don't have to stay beneath your calling. You were made for more, and more is calling your name. Music swells, adding gentle but triumphant horns. So now what? Now you shift. Now you speak. Now you declare what you know deep down in your soul. Say it until everything inside you believes it. Say it until your tears turn into strength. Say it until your spirit stands tall again. I will recover all. I know it. Deep down, I know it. Let that be your anthem when the doubts creep in. Let it be your battle cry when fear knocks at the door. You are not weak because you feel broken. You are not disqualified because you cried. You are not behind because it hurts. You are human. You are healing. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. Don't measure your progress by your pain. Measure it by your persistence. You're still here. You're still breathing. You're still trying. And that makes you powerful beyond words. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your restoration. Every whisper of hope is shaking hell.